What's up, YouTube? Dirty Dirt, good morning. Enigma, shalom, shalom. Shalom, what's up, N? TB, what's up? Kidios, what's good? Uncle Paul with the tap dancing thumbs, W. What's up, N? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Username morning/evening from Australia. Down under. Down under. What's up? Manmeet. I'm not even gonna say that the way it sounds in English. But what's up, brother? Darren, what's up? Mario, salam alaikum. Glad to see you, brother. Glad to see you. Hope everybody's doing good. Tap the screen. Likes are looking good on TikTok as usual. Lately, you guys have been crushing it, so thank you so much. You already know it's like an old car. Got to let it start up and heat up. Not debating Muslims. I'm always debating Muslims. They're always coming up. Yeah, bro. That's why I didn't say the name. I try to do it with an accent. Can I please explain Matthew 21? Bro, this guy, Mr. Gaslighter. Gaslighter. The Gaslight Man. All right, we got our first guest. WRA. Darren, thank you for the super sticker, bro. Appreciate you, gang. Thank you so much.
Hello.
What's up?
How's the Trinity logical?
It doesn't violate the laws of logic.
It does though.
Okay, which one?
Okay, so do you believe that all three are one person?
Nope.
Don't believe so. So give me an explanation of the Trinity real quick.
So you don't even know what the Trinity is. Yeah, it's three distinct persons, one essence.
Okay, so tell me why this wouldn't be three gods.
Because it's just one instantiation, just one nature.
Say again, I didn't hear you.
It's just one instantiation of existence.
So one essence, to be simple.
Yep.
Okay, so do me and you possess the same essence?
No, we don't have the same instantiation, no.
Okay, no, do we have the same nature?
Yeah, but it's not identical.
What do you mean by that?
Well, we're not the same. Like, we're not identical.
We're not the same. Neither is the Trinity the same. Is the Father
It's
Jesus?
not the same person, but they share the same nature. Like, you and I don't
But
share the identity.
we
Hold
share
on
the
a
same
second.
nature.
Hold on a second, brother. The three persons share the same identical nature. You and I share the same or similar nature, but it's not identical.
Yeah,
So would you agree? Would you agree that a mind is a property of nature?
Yes.
Okay. Do you and I have the same mind?
No.
Okay. So then we're not the same being.
Okay, so does the Father have the same mind as Jesus?
Yes.
So you believe that they share one mind? There's one mind. There isn't three minds.
No, not three minds.
So Jesus does not possess his own subconsciousness.
No, they share the same mind.
One sec.
I don't know what you mean by subconsciousness, but they share the same mind.
Say that again.
I don't know what you mean by subconsciousness, but they share the same mind.
So so specifically speaking, he doesn't have his own comprehension. He can't act on his own will, correct?
They have the same will, and they act. The Father, Son, and
Again,
Holy
can
Spirit.
he act on his own will? Yes or
No,
no?
because they share the same will, dude. Will is another property of nature.
But how do they share the same will when Jesus' purpose is different and the Father's purpose is different?
That's because now we're talking about the incarnation. That's when Jesus takes on a second nature, so he has a second mind and a second will. But you were just talking about the Trinity. No, they share the same will.
No, but specifically speak, what so are we talking about the word here when it comes to the Trinity or the hypostatic union involved?
I mean, the hypostatic union and the Trinity are going to be related, but they're not the same
That's
thing.
exactly,
But
that's
they're
my
not the
point.
same thing. So what are you
I don't
arguing about
disagree.
that it's illogical? Are you arguing that the Trinity is illogical or the hypostatic union is illogical?
Well,
You're
the
mixing
hypostatic
arguments.
union has to do with the Trinity. Jesus is involved, and he possesses the
Brother, I
hypostatic
understand,
union.
brother, I understand they're related, but these are two different arguments. You're mixing them together. Which one do you want to do?
I don't mind doing the Trinity for now.
Okay, well then stay with the Trinity. They share the same will. They don't have opposing wills.
So specifically speaking, these are three rational agents that possess their own subconsciousness.
No,
Three rational agents that possess their own subconsciousness, and they wouldn't be three gods. What
no, they just
define God
have
for me?
they have a
Define
distinction
God
as
for
far
me.
as identity, and it's through their relational properties, so
Define God for
hypostatic
me.
properties. However, they
Define
share.
God for me.
Dude, are you gonna let me respond, or are you just like I think what it is that because I'm actually giving you answers, you're trying to like find
Well,
a
not
way
even go
in.
for it. Go for it. Go for it.
All
Keep
right,
on
dude.
explaining.
Like you're not like you're not even listening, so that you can actually respond.
No. Go on.
Yeah, there are three distinctions. The distinctions is due to their hypostatic properties or how they relate to each other, but that has nothing to do with that's the hypostasis. That has nothing to do with the essence. The essence is going to be identical. They share all the same properties as in the essence. So it's not a whole other being,
Are you
different
done now?
will, or anything like that.
Have you finished?
Yep.
Okay, now define God for me.
God would be the creator.
Okay, and there is three creators, correct?
No, only one.
Only one creator, and let's and all three individuals possess predicates essential for a God, correct?
If you're talking about the essential properties as far as the essence, yes.
So all three possess the essential properties needed for a God, yes or no?
Yes, not separately. It's all one.
Okay, and this wouldn't make three gods. Why would this not make three gods?
Because we're only talking about one nature. That's why I keep saying like
Okay,
they have identical,
okay,
the same one
but this
identical
is the
nature.
special pleading. The
How is it
Hindus
special
believe,
pleading?
cause then there will be one God for Hindus.
What? What does Hindus have to do with
No,
this?
it's an analogy.
So what? So
Don't
dude.
try
So
divert
what
from
does
the
Hindus
topic
have to
now.
do with it? Can you
Okay,
substantiate why
so
this has to be three natures?
so the Hindus have worship one God, correct?
Dude,
By
I
your
don't
logic.
care about the Hindus. We're talking about the
No,
Trinity.
it's a yes or no question, man.
I don't care
We'll
about the
get back to your
Hindus.
topic
This is
after
about
this.
the Trinity. I don't care. They could believe in one God or a million gods. I don't
No,
care.
it's a
I just
thing.
want to know why does the three distinct persons mean it has to be three natures? Please explain.
Is a
And
Hindu?
because of the Hindus is not evidence, dude. Come on,
It
bro. Bring
is
an
though.
argument.
Both of
Bring
you
an
possess
argument.
the
Dude, the
same
Hindus
attribute.
have no relevancy to this
They do though.
conversation.
They literally do. They
How?
also
How are
believe
they an objective standard for what I
because
believe?
all their gods possess one essence. It
Who
means there's only
cares? All
one
right, so
God.
who cares? So then
So how is Hindu?
maybe I don't know anything about Hinduism. Maybe they're monotheists too, but their God can still be fake.
Damn. Someone needs to clip that.
Oh yeah,
Clip that.
clip it because I don't know anything about
Please,
Hinduism and maybe they're
please, someone
monotheistic
clip that.
too. Who
Someone
cares?
just said they're a monotheistic religion.
Okay, bro.
Anyway,
Anyways,
but anyway,
how does this mean there are three different natures? What's the argument for that?
like I said, they each possess their own predicates.
Predicates of
Each and
what? Of
every
what? Are you talking about the
individual.
essential or the hypostatic properties?
Yes, essential properties
Okay.
needed for a god.
The predicates that are to the essential properties are identical. They're the
Wait, let me
same
ask you a
ones.
question. Let me ask you a
What did
question.
I
Do you
just say?
believe?
Let's see if you're listening. What did I just say? Repeat back what I
Wait,
just said.
repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. I
No, no,
didn't
no.
hear you.
Repeat back what I just said, please. Or admit you weren't
You
listening.
said the hypostatic. You said something about the hypostatic property. Are you
Okay,
talking about the
you're not even
hypostatic?
listening. I'm gonna say
I
it
was.
again. I'm gonna say it again. See, and guys, this is what ends up happening with these guys that end up getting stuck. They get so desperate for a clip. Oh, clip that, what he said about the Hindus. They get so desperate about this stuff
Bro, stop
that
waffling, man. Hurry up and
they
give me
actually stop listening to what you're saying. I'm asking for an argument and you're refusing to give it. And the reason being is because you don't have one. That's just as simple as that. To the point where your ears are actually shutting down. I'm going to say it again. What is the argument that this has to be three different natures? Substantiate that, please.
because each individual possesses the essential properties of a god?
It's the same identical properties.
It doesn't matter. This would still mean there's three gods.
God, get the hell out of here. I can't do the brain rot. He's trying to force this perspective that because they all possess the properties, they're going to be three separate beings that have the same properties like human beings. I'm saying they're not separate. It's the same identical nature that they subsist in. The same one. There's not a different one. There's not a separate one. There's not a clone out there. It's the same identical nature that they subsist in. What's the argument that they can't be, that it has to be separate? What the hell, dude? These people, man, are just slow as hell. What's up?
I'm good. What's up?
What's up? What faith are you?
Yes, I'm good, bro. What about you?
I'm doing good. What faith are you?
I'm good. I'm good too.
What faith are you? It's my third time asking.
I'm a Christian, yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in the Trinity?
Yeah, I believe in Trinity, yeah.
Okay. Do you need help? Why'd you request?
Yes?
What do you need help with?
I help you with I can't hear you very well.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. You actually got an argument this time? You actually got an argument, bro? What's up? Going once. Going twice. All right, bro. See you later. Anyways, tap the screen, guys. I mean, just the absolute absurdity of every time these LPT arguments are brought, they're trying to force a collapse between person and nature. They're trying to collapse, or they're trying to force a separation of the essence. They're trying to argue that distinction has to mean separation when they themselves wouldn't hold to that belief. It's just stupid, bro. Just stupid. It was stupid. Anyways, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like. Appreciate everybody who already has. It's the typical polytheistic argument they always try to make. Bruh, even Hindu into it, even drug Hindus into it. Hey, the Hindus are polytheists, therefore you're polytheist. That's my argument, bro. What kind of dumb stuff is this? So the Mormons have a similar origin story to the Muslims. So the Muslims are polytheists because of that too. Just equivocation fallacies. Yeah, I don't have an argument for the LPT. Let me equivocate with Hinduism. That's how I prove it. So dumb, bro. What's the Orthodox position on purgatory? We don't believe in purgatory the way the Roman Catholics do. And we don't have a dogmatic position on. We do have a view of something similar to purgatory. It would be called toll houses, but it's not dogmatic in Orthodox theology. There hasn't been a council to rule it as being dogma. However, the majority of the saints, of the Orthodox saints, and teachings do allude to a form of toll houses. And what it is that when it's the idea that when your soul separates from your body and it ascends, there are going to be demons that are going to try to accuse you of the things that you have done in your life, to try to resist your ascension, basically. So, and they can only accuse you of things that you haven't confessed to, basically. So, whereas the Roman Catholics would believe where they'll have to go through a purgery of the things on there, like through a fire, and then they enter paradise. So it's a similar concept, just different way of explaining it. However, the Catholics have made it dogmatic, whereas the Orthodox, it's not dogmatic, although we do have a lot of teachings that would allude to it in the belief of it, but we don't have a system. We don't have something that's systematically like dogmatic to it. So it's not something that Orthodox necessarily have to hold. However, if you're an Orthodox Christian, you should at least, if toll houses are true, the way to battle against it is through confession, and confession is very, very important. Because the more that you confess, the less they can hold. So, anyways. No problem, Sean. Good question. Thanks for the question. All right. Who else wants to come up with the Trinity is logical? Trinity. The Trinity is illogical because I count 1, 2, and 3. 3. It must be 3. Got the Hindus. But the Hindus, bro. But the Hindus.
The Hindus, bro. Forget the Hindus now. Since you want to run
now
away.
you want to forget the
you
Hindus.
Want to run away, forget the Hindus then.
Now you want to forget the Hindus. All right. What's the argument that the nature has to be separate?
Do you agree that God is a title, correct?
God is a what? A title?
God. Yes, God is a title.
Title. What's a title?
Bro, are we gonna stick to the topic or are we gonna run away from it?
Did you mean title? Title?
Yes, title.
Okay. Title. Yeah,
So
it's a title.
are you from America or something?
I'm from America, bruv. Wagwan.
Are you American or UK?
I'm American, bruv, with a UK accent, bruv. Wagwan, bruv.
Bro, let's just stick
bro.
To
all right, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a title.
Exactly. So let's just say there are 3 essential beings that possess these predicates of a
They're
god.
They're not beings. The persons are not separate beings. What the hell?
They're not beings? What's a person?
No, a person. Person is just an underlying reality of a rational nature.
When speaking of person, doesn't it usually define humans?
Yeah, I mean that's because in the natural world, the only thing that has personhood is humans. But
so
you're not an atheist. But you're not an atheist.
You wouldn't define God as a being, no?
Yes, God is a being.
Exactly. So is Jesus a being? Yes or no?
Hold on. Sorry. Yes, Jesus is a being. He's the same being as the Father, though.
He's the same. So Jesus is the Father.
No, Jesus is not the Father. They're distinct in personhood, not being.
So they're the same beings, but they're not the same persons.
Exactly. Person and being are not the same thing. You know that, right?
Well, essentially speaking, that's not true. For example, me and you, we have the title of a human, correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Numerically speaking, how many people are we?
Hold on 1 second, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Sorry. What was your question?
I said, me and you possess a human nature. Our title would be a human, correct?
Yeah, so but we're not identical. We're not identical natures, though. But we're not identical natures.
Well, what? We possess the same nature.
No, we don't, bro. No, it's not. It's the same. It's the same human. Listen, bro. It's the same human nature, but it's not the same.
You're an alien,
dude. Can I finish what I'm saying, dude? I'm gonna prove it to you. Okay.
Okay, go for it.
We do not have the same identical nature. We do have the same essence as far as like the universal of humanity, and we are particulars of this essence or universal, but we're not the same instantiation. For example, mind is a property of nature. You said yes earlier, right? Right?
Yes.
Do we have the same mind?
No.
Thank you. So we don't have the same nature. Appreciate it.
So Jesus has the same mind as the Father.
Yeah, we just circle back to the same convo. Yes, Jesus has the same mind as the Father. Yes.
But both possess different purposes.
What? No, they don't possess different purposes. No.
Yes. Jesus has the purpose Jesus makes sure to bring people to the Father to worship the Father.
Are you talking about like functionings with as far as their act? They don't have a different purpose, but they do have a different role in their acts. Yes,
Exactly. They all three possess different roles. You agree?
I do. I agree.
So how can they have the same mind when all three have different roles?
They have this. They have the same mind, but they have a distinct role in their acts. I don't know what that has. Why that means they have
Evaluate.
different minds now.
Evaluate.
Okay, so for example, if I do one action of punching you in the face, right? My fist has to ball up, my shoulder has to cock back, my waist has to turn. All of these things are all doing different things, but still one act. Would you agree?
Well, this would be what's it called? What's the term for it? This would be a heresy. This is
This is,
fallacious because
dude. Dude, you don't even
wait.
know,
Let me finish. Let me
dude.
finish.
I don't
He's
care
just
about what you
referred to
think is a heresy or not.
partialism. This is
Can I?
partialism.
This is not partialism. I'm
This is
asking as
partialism.
far as the act of punching you in the face. Are there different aspects that happen within this act?
Well, yes.
Okay, so there you go. So like, it's still one act, but different things are playing a role.
Yes, but
And
this is partialism.
it's not partial. It's only partialism because you're saying it's partialism because I'm using myself as an example. This is just an analogy of the principle. Just because there's multiple aspects going on within the act doesn't mean there are multiple acts.
Yes, but at the end of the day, there's one purpose for this action.
Yeah, it would be punching you
Whereas
in the face. Exactly. Yeah.
yes, exactly. Whereas Father, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit do not essentially possess one purpose since they have different roles.
No, it would be the same one purpose. It's just different roles, dude. It's the same analogy. Like if
Okay,
the
so
purpose would be, hey, let's punch off the radar right in the face, and then there are going to be different aspects in order to accomplish that act. It's the same
okay.
purpose. I don't know what you mean.
I'm just trying to comprehend your
Take your time,
analogy
brother.
'cause
Take your time. We got all
it makes
day
no
here.
sense.
Sounds like you're making breakfast. What you making?
Eggs.
Eggs. W. Scrambled
But-
over easy. What? What are we doing?
Hmm?
Scrambled over easy. What are we doing?
Yeah, scrambled.
You're Muslim, right?
Alhamdulillah.
You'll never experience a bacon, egg, and cheese, bro. That's crazy.
Good, alhamdulillah. Bacon's filthy.
Well, can you guys eat turkey bacon?
Turkey bacon?
All right. Well,
Well,
then
if
at least get.
it's not
You
from
guys could
pigs,
eat
if it's
turkey
not
bacon,
from
right?
pigs, if it's not from pigs,
Then you can eat turkey bacon, right?
as long as it's not from pigs.
Oh well, then get the turkey bacon. Actually, in a lot of ways, is better than regular bacon. But turkey bacon, egg and cheese, fire, bro. This is what you gotta
Maybe,
do.
man, maybe. But
Salt, pepper, ketchup, mayo.
anyways, let's get back to the topic. So numerically speaking, there's three individuals, yeah, and there's just one God.
Numerically speaking, there's only one existence in the Trinity. So
What do
there's
you
one
mean by
God,
just one existence?
one existence, one being.
What's a God? A title, correct?
Okay,
So
sure.
within
It's
the
not
Christian
univocal, so it depends on the
within the
context and how you're
Christian
using it.
terminology, there wouldn't be a plural for God.
No, I mean, when it comes to the term God, it could be applied to different things. It could even be applied to humans in the right context.
Because yes, I agree with that, which is why
Okay,
Jesus
so
wouldn't
that's not
be a God.
necessarily true because
Which is
it
why
depends.
Jesus wouldn't be a God.
Okay, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by God. Are you talking about the
Like a
creator?
higher
We believe
deity,
there's
yes.
only one creator.
Is Jesus the creator?
Yes.
Is the Father the creator?
Yes, the Holy Spirit's creator too. Yes, but they're the same being.
So numerically speaking, there's three creators.
Numerically speaking, there are three hypostases, but numerically
numerically
speaking,
speaking, there's
hold
three
on, brother,
creators.
hold
Yes or
on.
no?
Numerically
Yes or no? It's
speaking,
yes or
there
no
are
the
three
question.
hypo.
Numerically speaking,
Let me
there's three
finish.
creators.
Let me
Yes or
finish what
no?
I'm
No,
saying,
you
dude.
didn't let me
Yeah,
finish.
dude.
Numerically speaking, there's three
Bro,
creators. Correct?
dude? What's this panic, bro? Relax,
No,
man.
it's yes or no
Relax.
question,
I'm gonna give
bro.
you the response so that you can
Yes or no
respond back.
question.
Numerically
It's just
speaking,
yes.
all right, bro. Numerically speaking, there are three hypostases, and numerically speaking, there's one existence. Simple, bro. And if there's one existence, there's one being, one God. Bro, what the hell is this, man? What the hell is it, man? All right, bro. All right, bruv. Have a great day, bruv. Guys, also don't I haven't been able to do it because of anything, but don't forget I am gonna reload some mods. Mm. All right, let's get this guy up here real quick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, Green?
What's up, bro?
So you're saying that that Islam is red flag. May I know your basis of why you're saying that it is a red flag? Do you have any basis there
Yeah, I don't think it's a
to
true
prove your
religion.
claim?
I don't think it's a true religion. A lot of problems to it.
Yeah, but there has to be a basis to it, or you're just saying it. Is it like some kind of an opinion?
I don't think you
Or
guys
is it
can. I
factually
don't think you
proven?
guys can prove that the Quran actually comes from the Creator.
No, you have to disprove it, right? You have to disprove it. Not that we have to prove it. You have to disprove it,
Okay.
right?
So very simple. Let me break it down. When it comes to
Right.
verses like 1094, it brings a lot of problems to your God, because your God would then essentially be bringing in contradictions.
I'll pull up the verse 1094. You said, right?
Yeah.
Sure, Mr. Sir. 1 second.
Want to read it for everybody or what?
Yeah, go on, read it. My Google Chrome needs an update. I don't know why. You can read it. It's fine, bro. You can start reading it.
Okay. It says that if you have doubts about what has been revealed to you, go ask the people who read the scriptures before you. So who are the people that read the scriptures before Muhammad?
1094.
No, I just read it. I just read it to you, brother. I don't know.
Now I'm
Were you
putting
not
it up
listening?
myself. No, I was listening, right? But to
Okay.
make sure that you're reading. So, Surah Yunus, right?
Yes.
Right.
So who are the
1094.
people that
I'll
read
read
the
it.
scriptures before?
Naturally, we depends on which time period you're speaking of.
During the time of
Right? If
Muhammad.
it goes beyond
During the time, this was
the
revealed
time of
during the time of
Muhammad,
Muhammad. So who, and he's speaking to Muhammad. So who are the people who read the scriptures before Muhammad? Who are they?
it could be the Jews, it could be the Christians.
It could
Right?
be. Or who else?
Depends
Who else
whether
could it be?
specifically mentioned.
Who
It
else could it?
couldn't.
If it's not
Well,
the Jews or the Christians,
Jew,
what's another possibility?
there isn't any.
Okay, so it is the
Right?
Jews
You
and the
said
Christians,
before
correct?
Muhammad means before. Yes.
Okay.
You consider them the people of the book.
Very good. Okay,
Naturally,
and the scriptures
can
that
be
they have,
anyone else.
and the scriptures that they have during this time, are they preserved or corrupted?
Corrupted.
Okay.
100%.
So if
And
I go,
you know it already, right?
okay, brother. All right, now here's the problem. If I have doubts about these scriptures, or if Muhammad had doubts about these scriptures, and I know he didn't have doubts about the Quran. If he had
Right.
doubts about the Quran, or if I lived in the 7th century and I had doubts about the Quran, it gives an instruction on how to clear up your doubt. Now, if Allah is saying this, that means it must come back to be true. That if you have doubts, you'll get your doubts cleared up by being able to go to ask people the scriptures before. But how would that get my doubts cleared up by me asking people who read corrupted books? How does that work?
Well, repeat it one more time. I didn't get it. I didn't understand your question fully.
Dylan, you didn't
Say it one more
necessarily.
time.
One second, Dylan, you didn't lose your mod, bro. I'm redoing a bunch of mods, so people will get their mods back. Just to let you know. Sorry, go ahead. What was your question?
Repeat your question. I was asking you, repeat your question one more time.
If
I didn't
Allah is
get the whole thing of
instructing
what you're
me,
saying.
no worries. If Allah is instructing me to clear up my doubt by asking people who read from corrupted books, how would that clear up my doubt when I asked them?
Well, the books were not always corrupted, if that's so we believe that the prophet Isa, peace be upon him, or Jesus Christ, right, they came and he preached about monolithic belief. He did not preach about the God, the Trinity, which you consider to be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right?
Before you go on this long tangent, brother, I get it. You believe there was a preservation at one point and then there wasn't. But this verse is being revealed in a time that they were already corrupted. And Allah would have known that if they were corrupted. So why would Allah give an instruction? That's fine. Not the whole thing. Some of it is true. Some of it is corrupted. But how would me asking people who read from these corrupted books, how would that help me clear the doubt?
Well, it's not that you have to go and read the whole thing, right? Yeah, exactly. Actually, there is a point, right? Fantastic. You made a good point there, right? By worshipping a three entity in one, which makes three God in one, right? That automatically clears your doubt of idolatry, right? So you're basically an idolater. And that's basically a guidance to you to show you that you are a goyim, right? Like the Jews call you goyim, right? That basically proves our point, not your point.
Yeah, but the people of the book who are the Christians would say this is true though. And Allah told me to go to and ask these people. And these people are saying, well, yeah, this is true. The Trinity is true. So how would that clear up my doubt?
If the Trinity was true, right, then we wouldn't have Quran to begin with, right? We wouldn't have the third revelation, right?
That's not true.
And
that's not true. There could be false religions. There could be false religions. If the Trinity is true, doesn't mean Islam doesn't exist. It just means Islam's false. That's all that means. Now, I'm still asking, why would
you haven't proven it? You still haven't proven it.
Oh, I'm showing it to you right now, brother. Follow along. Why would Allah, who is all knowing, give me instructions to go ask people who read from corrupted books, and Allah knows these books are corrupted, knows that these people believe in something that doesn't affirm Islam? Why would he tell me to go ask these people?
It's to prove. So the idea is that it tells you to go and read the whole thing, right? And then what? Look at you as a goyim, as an idolater, like your textbook definition of an idolater. You're worshiping a man.
What if I read the whole thing and I'm like, what if I read the whole thing and I believe? What if I read the whole Bible and this happens more often than not? What if I read the whole Bible? I'm like, hold on, brother. What if I read the whole Bible?
You got it towards Islam.
Okay, bro.
Right,
you ready? Can I finish?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Yeah,
what if someone reads the whole Bible and says, "Oh no, this is true. This makes more sense." Then what?
Well, if somebody reads the whole Bible and says it makes sense, right? You tell him pull up Exodus 33:20, and Exodus 33:20 it specifically mentions that no one should see me and leave.
Beautiful,
right?
Beautiful. You're missing the point. Your God instructed me to go to these books. Why would he instruct me to go to a book that doesn't agree with the Quran?
Who said Bible? Well, first of all, right, there are plenty of things in Quran and Bible that resembles, right?
So
in
what?
fact, to an extent where I've previously had a debate with another guy, and he was saying that Quran was a cheap copy, right? It was completely copied.
I don't think they're identical at all.
There was a previous guy, right? To that extent, right? To that extent.
Beautiful.
Right?
Who cares about your previous conversations? You're talking to me right now.
Right?
Who cares about these other conversations?
Yeah, exactly.
You're talking to me right now, dude. The Bible the Torah and the Injil don't agree with the Quran. Why would Allah guide me towards those books?
Well, Torah is a different story, right, brother? Right.
What are you talking about? Torah is a different story.
Consider them. One second. Listen. The thing about the Torah is that we consider them to the prophet unalivers, right? So they've unalived plenty of prophets and we have a beef with them. But your question is a completely different one. You're worshiping a man, which completely debunks
Beautiful.
the whole thing.
I didn't even bring up the Trinity.
There is zero.
I didn't even bring up the Trinity.
No,
beautiful, dude. Listen.
Dude,
relax, man. Don't panic. I need you to think through because you're not really addressing what the contention is.
You interrupt me. That's the issue.
Because you're not addressing what I'm contending. You're trying to shift the topic to something else.
You interrupt me in the middle of the whole thing.
Brother, you're not actually addressing it. You're talking about the Trinity. Trinity is not even brought up. I'm just asking something very simple. Why would your God guide someone who has doubts to people who read from corrupted books?
To clear their doubt. to clear their
How
doubt.
would
That's the
their
whole point,
doubt
to
get
clear their
cleared
doubt.
up? By going to look for answers in a
When
corrupted book.
when you read the Bible, it tells you that a man is a god, a living man is a god. That's the
Okay.
textbook definition of an
Okay.
idolatry.
And why
Done.
would
Finished.
Allah
That's
tell
as
me to
easy
go
as that.
find answers in that book if it's not true?
Nobody told you to go find answers there.
Allah
right? There is no
did.
point of,
In
you want to
1090,
go find-
bro, you just
Listen,
read 1094.
if we-
Listen,
we
bro,
can-
listen.
One second.
Is
No, let me-
Allah
let me-
is Allah
can
telling you to
just
clear
one-
up your doubts by using corrupt people who read from corrupted books? Is he telling you to clear up your doubts? And clearing up your doubt would mean to be able to define what is true and what's not. Is he not doing that? Yes or no?
Well, first of all, there was a period in which, right, the Quran was completely torn up. So there was a time, right, where Quran was not, destroyed, right? So the Quran was like scattered, right? It was non-existent, right? So most people memorized Quran and brought it back, right? It was like completely wiped off the face of earth, right? Suppose if you're referring to that specific time period, right, then maybe you make sense. What you're saying does make sense if that was that time period.
What time
but
period?
in modern day time period, when we
What
have the
time
whole
period?
of Quran,
What time
right,
period?
the time period when Prophet Muhammad died.
Okay. Were they
So
but they
that
were
time period,
they were
right?
still corrupted in those times according to you.
Yes, exactly, right?
Okay.
But not the
So
not
then
the whole
how
thing,
does that
right?
make
So
sense then? So you're saying it makes perfect sense during that
Why,
time
why
period.
wouldn't it make sense? Why wouldn't it make
Because
sense?
the books
we consider Isa to
because
be
the
our prophet.
books are corrupted during the time that he says to go
But
get
not the
your
whole
doubts
thing.
cleared
That's the point.
up.
Not the whole
Okay,
thing.
and how do I decipher?
Not the whole thing. That's
okay,
the
now
point.
watch this, chat. Watch
The term corrupted
watch
means
chat.
partially.
Watch what's about
The
to
term
happen.
corrupted means partially.
Watch
We
what's
don't say that it
watch what's
doesn't
about to
exist.
happen, chat. Chat. Watch what's about to happen. Okay, here comes the logical
Yeah,
fallacy.
you're going.
Okay, here we go.
Right.
All right, here we go. How do I know which parts are corrupted and which parts are not?
The ones that align with Quran is not corrupted, and the one that doesn't align is specifically the part. Right? One second.
Wait,
one
wait.
second.
The parts that
Specifically
what?
The, part
The
where it
parts
says
that what?
You have to worship it. One second.
The parts that what?
Can you
That
listen?
align
One
with
second.
what?
Specifically,
Uh-huh.
the part that specifically mentioned that say you have to worship a man as a god. Is
The parts that
idolatry,
align
textbook
with what
definition, and
though?
it has to
The
be
parts that
dismantled.
how do I know which parts
The
are corrupted
part
or
that
not?
says You have to worship a man as a god.
Which
That is
parts
idolatry,
which
and you
parts
know
are,
it.
hold on,
You know
bro.
it.
How am I supposed to know which parts are true and which parts are not?
Well, you have to go back to Torah, right?
Hold
And
on.
whatever
No. The Torah.
says,
If I go back to the Torah, how do I know which parts are
you don't
corrupt
have
and
to
which parts
take
are
our
not?
word for it.
If I go back to the Torah, how do I
basically-
know? Hold on. Listen to the question,
can
bro.
make up the point.
Listen to the question. When I go back to the Torah, how do I know which parts are corrupted, which parts are not?
You make an alignment, right? You have to make an alignment. You have to
Chat, is this guy
compare
going to
the
answer
two,
the
right?
question or
And
not?
make a
Is this guy
certain
going to
point.
actually
Well,
answer the
that's
question?
that's the
Beautiful,
question.
brother. I don't
That's
want
the
to.
answer.
I don't want to hear anything else other than the answer to this question. How do I know which parts are corrupted or not in the Torah?
The part where it says you have to worship a man as a god is the idolatry. And I'm
Okay,
telling
and
you
why
that
would
is
that?
corrupted,
Why would?
right?
How would you know that part's
As
not
simple
true?
as that.
How would you know that part's not true?
Because it completely contradicts both Torah and Quran fundamentally.
We're reading it.
Right.
You're
So you
saying
have-
you're
you may be
reading
able
it
to-
from
one second,
brother.
one second,
You're
one second.
saying you're
You may be
bro,
able to-
dude. I can't. This is insufferable, bro. You're saying I'm saying we're reading it from the Torah, and you're saying it goes against the Torah. It's coming from the Torah. So how do I know what parts are true or not in the Torah if we're not going to take the whole thing?
If that thing was out of Torah, right, they wouldn't call you goyim, right? They wouldn't put down.
I don't
the
care
one you
what they
worship as
call.
a
Can
god,
you,
right?
dude? You got one more chance.
You're
You
just
got
spewing
one more
nonsense,
chance to answer the
right?
question. I
You know
think
you're spewing
you got one more
nonsense.
chance. And you know
You
what's
know what
going
I'm
on?
saying, but you don't
You know
want
what's
to
going on
understand it. That's
is
the
what's
problem.
going on is you realize that you committed a logical fallacy of circular reasoning earlier. Because you don't want to say the answer you gave me earlier, which is anything
You've
that
been on
goes
defense.
anything that goes with the Quran is gonna be how we know what is corrupted and what's not. But you didn't. But you stopped and you thought about it. You're wait, that doesn't make sense. Because in this hypothetical, you have doubts about the Quran. So we wouldn't use the Quran as a criteria to decide which parts are true or not in this hypothetical. We're trying to see if the Quran
Who told you
is
that
true.
I have doubts?
Excuse me?
Who told you that I have doubts? If I had doubts, I
in
wouldn't be a Muslim to
in
begin with, brother.
1094,
We consider the Quran to be fully perfect.
your God says if You have doubts. That is what your God said in chapter 10, verse 94. So in this hypothetical, and he gives instruction in this hypothetical on how to clear up this doubt that you may or may not have. If you ever have doubts, ask the people who read the scriptures before you. But these scriptures, according to you, are corrupted. So how are we supposed to know which parts are corrupted and which parts are not? Please answer that question. Sorry, I didn't mean to mute you.
I will respond to you one time. I will respond to you one time perfectly. Whatever aligns with the previous scripture that came, say, for example, before Christianity, right? Align it with Judaism. Don't align it with Quran, right? Because that one, the one you worship as a god was a Jew, right? Align it with them, and whatever they said, right? You can take their word. Don't take our word, right? Align it with them. And if they said that worshiping a man is not idolatry, right? Then I believe you, right? Then I say, let's go worship Christ together. Right? If they said it, but if they said that is idolatry, right? And the Jews, of course, the Jews, right? They were the one that
So you're saying, so if I find something in the Torah that if I find something in the Torah that aligns with, like,
the Torah is corrupted too, my brother. The Torah is corrupted too. We don't take
okay.
Torah,
so then how do I know which parts are true or not?
There are certain parts, right?
Hold on. Actually, let me ask this question. Hold on a second. Would the Jews say the Torah is corrupted? Would the Jews that disagree with me as Christ being God, would they say the Torah is corrupted?
No. Okay. They wouldn't admit it, just like you won't admit it.
Well, I don't believe it's corrupted, and neither do the Jews.
They admit the part, right? 1 second. They admit the part where they've unalived plenty of prophets, right? You can bring me a rabbi.
I don't care about that. I'm talking about corruption. I'm talking about corruption. A Jew and who rejects Christ does not believe the Torah is corrupted, and neither do the Christians, and we have the same Torah. So you're saying as long as I find an alignment with their beliefs that Jesus is Christ and God, then I'm good to go, right?
No. You see, that's what you're trying to make there, right?
Wait. That's what you said earlier. You use them. Hold on. You use them. So now you're not using them anymore as a criteria.
Can you explain to me one thing, right? Why is it that they call you Goyim, Gentile?
Who cares? Dude, I don't care. Why? Hold on. Why do the Jews matter here right now? Why do they matter? Because you just threw them under the bus when I said if I find...
Revelation.
Huh?
Because they were the first revelation. Your God was a Jew.
Okay, so they reject Christ. About? They reject Jesus as the Messiah. Do you agree with them?
No.
Okay. So then you yourself don't accept everything they say. So they're not a criteria, are they?
Yes.
So they're not a criteria, are they?
If they were good people, they wouldn't have unalived the prophet of God.
So they're not a criteria, are they? Right? They're not, right?
Well, not the whole thing.
Okay, good. So then how do I know which parts they're right about? How do I know which parts they're right about? How do I know which parts they're wrong about?
The part where it's specific, listen, the whole of what you
How do I know what parts how do I know which things the Jews are right about and which things they're wrong about? How do I know?
Most of it is correct.
Okay, how do I know? How do you know that? How do you know it's correct?
Can you listen?
How do you know? I don't want to hear what you think is correct or not. I want to know, how do you know?
Anything that relates to worshiping an idol is idolatry, and it should be completely debunked.
How do I know they're correct? How do I know they're incorrect about rejecting Jesus as the Messiah? How do I know that?
Anything. No, that part I disagree with. Right?
Okay, how do you know that's wrong? How do you know that's wrong?
Because our book says it. Because it's written in Quran.
There it is. I was waiting for it. See you later, gang. I was waiting for it because there was no way around it. That's what he was implying, and he was avoiding it the whole time. Circular reasoning. Every claim he was making was based on the fact that the Quran is true. And the beginning of this whole hypothetical is that the Quran, we're having doubts about it, and we're trying to get our doubts cleared up about the Quran. Why the hell would we use the Quran as a criteria if we have doubts about it? See you later, bro. I was waiting for it. That's what I was just trying to pull it out of him so he can finally admit his dishonesty. Get the hell out of here, bro. Oh, man.
Hello?
What's up?
Not much. What do you follow the Bible? Do you?
Why do I follow the Bible?
I said, do you follow the Bible? Yeah.
I do.
Hello.
I do.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So, could you read for me Jeremiah 8, 8, and 9?
Yeah. Is this
Perfect.
about the scribes corrupting the scriptures?
Right. Exactly. So, that's
faith
how,
are you?
right? Because like I follow the Bible. I don't follow the Quran. I'm just gonna.
What faith are you?
I follow everything that Yeshua actually told us to follow. So when it says about vain pen of the scribes, what it means is it is going to be
Real
lying
quick,
pen
before
in your
I will let you
scripture.
ask your question, I just need to know what your position is. So you believe in Jesus as the Messiah, yes or no?
I believe Yeshua is the Son of God and the Messiah, yes.
Okay, do you believe he is God the Most High?
No.
Okay, do you believe he is created?
He was the beginning of creation of God, which means he was the light created in Genesis 1.
He's the light created in Genesis 1. So he's a created,
Yeah, because
he's
when
a
he said he's
created
the
God.
light. No, he's not a God. He's the Son of God. The same as he gives us the rights to become sons of God if we walk in the righteousness of God.
Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead. What's your question?
That's my belief. So basically in Jeremiah 8, 8, it tells you about the lying pen of the scribes, and it says, the wise men are ashamed they are taken because they have rejected the words of the Lord and what wisdom is in them. Now, because if you actually read through prophecy, it's also prophesied that there's going to be people forgetting the Father's name for Baal, for example. And then Yeshua tells you in John chapter 5, verse 42 and 43, that he knows you, that you don't have the love of God in you. For he came in Jehovah's name and receive him not. But when this other one from this lying pen of the scribe shall come in his own name, him everyone is going to receive. Because you're told in Acts 4:12, there's only one name given under heaven whereby men must be saved. And we all know that salvation is of the Jews.
Dude, I'm losing you. I'm losing you already, bro. Can you just simplify and go to an argument? I lost you.
Right, because people don't keep the 10 Commandments and eat clean, they've now received this Antichrist spirit of error, which come in his own name, according to 2 Thessalonians 2.
It is written. It is
now
written.
has
It is
itself
written.
set up in
Hey,
everybody's temple, showing himself to be God.
hello. Hey, bro, you're just like saying a whole bunch of stuff, and you're losing me, bro. Like, can you just keep it very simple? What's your claim here?
Okay, so what I'm saying is you've got to keep the 10 Commandments, you've got to eat clean, because according to Deuteronomy 18, that's what Yeshua was coming to teach you.
According to what? Deuteronomy what?
Deuteronomy 18, verse 15 to 19.
Okay.
It tells you he's coming to teach you everything at Torah.
Did Yeshua bring the new covenant?
He's the mediator of a new covenant, yes. And what that actually means is...
was this new covenant prophesied?
Say that again, sorry?
Was the new covenant prophesied?
Yeah, Jeremiah 31, quote in Acts, Hebrews 8, even.
Okay, good.
And
then
but
in Jeremiah 31, does it say the new covenant will be like the old covenant?
No, but and then what's the attributes
that
to that new covenant? It says that it's only made with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, okay? But I'll tell you the reason for that now. Don't think I'm only saying they can be saved, because I'm not, okay? So it's only made with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, and in the new covenant, no one's going to have to teach anyone to know the Lord, for they're all going to know me, from the least of them to the greatest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we look at that in a fleshly manner, okay? Now, we still have atheists and agnostics and Islam. We still have all these other religions. So
these long-winded answers are killing me, bro.
Well, how else am I supposed to explain you something, bro? Because what I'm trying to say is we're not in the new covenant, because even in Hebrews 8, it tells you the old covenant waxes old and ready to vanish away.
So we're not.
Which means
so Jesus didn't.
Yet.
So you said earlier Jesus brought a new covenant, but now you're saying we're not in a new covenant.
No, he's the mediator of the new covenant.
Okay, so then why did Jesus say 3, why does Jesus say specifically that he's bringing in the new covenant then?
Right. So if you actually go and look at that word "new" in the Greek, it actually means to be fresh. Okay. So it says the refreshed covenant. So now when you go to Acts chapter 3, verse 19 to 21. It tells you that the times of refreshing is when he sends you Yeshua Messiah. Then the heavens receive him until the times of restitution of all things.
Brother, how do you enter a covenant with God?
Well, obviously you've got to keep your end of the agreement, right?
I'm not talking about the end of the agreement. It says I'm not talking about how do you continue in a covenant. I'm saying how do you enter a covenant with God?
Well, obviously, it's a shedding of blood, right?
Shedding of blood, and what else?
Well, obedience, obviously. I don't know what you
No,
mean. You have to
circumcision.
be more. Well, yeah, circumcision of the heart, though, right?
I'm just talking about circumcision in general, whether it's of the flesh or of the spirit.
Yeah, but it says in Paul tells you in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, somewhere, I can't remember off the top of my head, but he says circumcision is nothing and uncircumcision is nothing.
He's talking
but
about
the keeping of the
circumcision. He's
commandments
talking
of
about
God is
circumcision,
everything.
brother. He's talking about circumcision of the flesh, because later on he talks about.
Right.
But later on he is talking about the new circumcision, which we're in the new covenant. So why the shedding of blood, which Jesus says his shedding of blood is the blood of the covenant, right? So now he is the sacrifice. He is the lamb that is sacrificed to enter.
Covenant.
Dude, like I'm already like, dude, I'm over here talking and you're jumping in, and dude, your long-winded answers are already like making me lose my patience. So, anyways, when it comes
what
to
happened to the patience
all
of
right,
the
bro.
saints,
See you
bro?
later, man. Have a good day. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I'm sorry. I lost all my patience with that guy. Like this, it's just like it feels like I'm talking to like a wall, dude. Like it's just I can't. I just can't. All right, let's see who's next. What's up?
What's going on, man?
What's up?
All right,
What's your faith?
I'm Islam. I will say this right now. I'm Muslim.
Thank you.
All right. So anybody that's asking me out there and this and that, I will say this. Well, I hear everybody's arguments, and to my opinion is that all these arguments that you guys are doing is the biggest sin of all sins. Because I have friends that are Christianity and they try to fight over me of what's more important, is it Christianity or Islam?
What's a sin, bro? What's a sin that you're referring to? Like, what are you identifying as a sin?
You're asking me what's a sin?
No, what is the sin that you're trying to identify?
You guys are basically arguing about the number one biggest sin of all sins. It's called literally arguing about the religion. You literally put a red flag in Islam.
Define what an argument is.
You guys are literally just talking about
Can you define what an argument is, please?
What do you mean define an argument?
What is argument? What does that mean? What does that mean, an argument? Does it mean disagreement?
An argument.
Does it mean a disagreement?
You're disagreeing on something and this guy is agreeing and it causes into an argument.
Okay.
There's
Are you disagreeing?
Listen,
are you disagreeing with me on disagreeing with people?
I'm disagreeing on every single one of y'all. What I believe
are you doing the very sin that you're saying is a sin?
No, I'm
okay.
not doing
Are you not arguing with me about religion?
You're literally going over with me when I'm trying to tell you what it's really supposed to be all about.
Are you arguing? Are you arguing with me about my religion that tells me I should go spread the truth?
No, what you need to do is stop telling lies, and you need to tell the truth.
What did I lie? What did I lie about?
You're basically telling people that Islam is nothing, and that you're telling that Christianity is the number one thing.
No, I never used any of those words. I did not.
Yeah,
I did. Now you're the one that's lying. Now you committed two sins. You committed the sin of disagreeing over religion, and then now you're just lying about what I'm saying. You just flat out lied. I never used any of those words. All I'm doing is disagreeing with Islam, and I'm bringing my reasons why. Now you're saying that's a sin, but I'm trying to ask, like, what is the sin?
You're literally disagreeing on something that everything that God's that created us.
Okay, are you disagreeing? Are you disagreeing with me? Are you disagreeing with? Are you disagreeing with me?
Let me. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm telling you.
Also, you agree Christianity is true?
Supposed to be in religion.
So you agree that Christianity and Trinity is logical?
Dude, this man is just wants an argument after an argument.
Get out of here, bro. Kick rocks, man.
Hello.
What's up?
I can see my face with the other guy's picture. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What faith are you?
Okay. So, what are your logical proofs about Christianity? What's logical about Christianity?
I don't think there's anything illogical about it.
So it's logical that the God sent God
Yep.
to unalive himself to save people from the sin that God gave them.
Yep.
That's logical.
For the third time, yes.
Okay, so you have no arguments about that. Okay.
No. Do you have an argument about it? You asked me if I believe it's logical. All I said was yes.
Okay.
It's your job to bring an argument if there is one.
No, of course you believe it's logical. It's your religion. Okay.
Okay, so then
let's move.
do you believe it's illogical?
Yeah, I believe it's illogical.
Okay, so what's the argument for that?
Why would God should send himself disguised as his son, blessed by himself disguised as a bird, to unalive himself on a cross, to forgive our sins? What sins?
I don't know why you're
Did
asking
he
me a
forgive?
question, but I thought you were supposed to bring an argument.
That's the illogical. He could just appear in the sky and
Okay,
say,
can you
"Children
can you
of mine."
pinpoint exactly what is the logical problem? Like, what law of logic did it violate? Did any of these things violate that I agreed on?
The common logic.
The common logic, what is that?
Yeah. Okay. Do you have an explanation why God sent himself?
I'm waiting for you to give me the explanation as to how it's illogical. So usually when people say something's illogical, it violates one of the three laws of logic.
Because
do you know what the three
How
do you
is
know
that
what the three
logical?
laws of logic are?
He sent himself.
Do you know what the
Right?
three laws of logic? If you don't know, it's okay. You can just say I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Okay. So if you don't know the three laws of logic, you can't say it's illogical because you don't even know
Okay.
what the three laws of logic
Can I
are
make
to
it?
make
Can
the
I say
claim.
it doesn't make sense and not being illogical?
Okay, well then it doesn't make sense is not an argument because quantum physics doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't mean quantum physics is false because it doesn't make sense to me. So now you're just
No, it
giving me your
doesn't.
opinion, not an argument.
Okay. So Jesus is God, right?
Yes,
Because you refer to Trinity there. Jesus is God.
correct.
Okay. So Jesus is the God in the Old Testament.
Yes.
And why did God from the Old Testament change his mind when he says in the Old Testament that I'm not changing my mind?
Change his mind in
Why
what?
did he change his mind about what are your arguments about eating pork, for example?
So what does it mean when God says he doesn't change?
First of all, what's your name? I don't know. Bear. My English is not good. Okay, so maybe I'm using words that are not the proper words for what I want to say.
If you can't speak English good
No,
enough to have
I
these
just-
conversations, you shouldn't have requested.
I just wanted to say to be a little passionate when I need more time to explain what I want to say. That's it. Okay,
Okay.
so tell me.
So why does it where does it in the Bible does it say that God doesn't change? Like, and what does he mean by that?
You want the passage?
Well, you brought it up. I
will
assumed you
have
knew
to-
what you were talking about. Am I wrong?
I've read it, but I will have to search for the number or the book.
Okay, so you don't know what it means. Okay, so yeah, God doesn't change. His nature doesn't change at all. That doesn't mean that he doesn't have a change in relationship with his chosen people because the people are
Okay,
contingent
Numbers
beings.
23:19.
Okay, read it.
Did you hear me? I don't know, my phone rang.
You can read it. Read it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry for the people that are listening my English. Okay, God is not human that he should lie, not a human being that he should change his mind.
Okay.
Does he speak and then not act? Does he promise and not fulfill?
Okay.
So it says there that he doesn't change his mind.
Yeah.
And
So what is he
one-
referring to here? Like, what's the context?
And 1 Samuel 15:29.
What is the context of Numbers 23:19?
What is the context?
Yes.
Can you help me a little bit too?
Context, like what is this? Why is this being said at this moment in the passage?
You want me to read the previous?
Well, if you don't know the context, then I mean, I assumed you knew the context because you're quoting it.
He's talking to someone and say, listen up, okay, pay attention. God is not human to lie.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did, I took the order to bless, God blessed, and I can't take it back.
Okay. So you're almost right. Yeah, God is talking about his character, that he is not going to lie like humans lie, and he's not going to change his mind, meaning that when he makes a promise, it's going to be fulfilled. So that's the context. So what does this have
so
to
he
what does
doesn't
this have to
change his
do?
mind.
Excuse me?
So he doesn't change his mind because he's
His
not
mind,
human.
if we're talking about his nature doesn't change, and no, when he makes a promise, he's going to fulfill it.
But also because he's all knowing, like he knows now, before, and after. Okay, he's all, he knows the future, the past, and the present. Correct.
Yep.
So he knows about the future, and now he says, "Do this," but then he comes. He knows that he's gonna come and say something else, but he says now this. Then he comes and changes it.
Come and changes what?
About eating pork.
So eating pork is going to be your argument that he changed his mind?
About stoning people.
Okay. You understand that if this is a problem, this will be a problem for you. You understand that your God also changed his mind about things too, right?
What God? Do you know my religion?
Are you Muslim?
No, I'm not.
Okay, what are you?
I'm an atheist.
Oh, you're an atheist. Okay. So that's why we can't even have this conversation. But do me a favor, say Muhammad is not a
Your
prophet.
only arguments are attacking the Muslim religion. You can't talk with an atheist.
No, I could talk with an atheist, but I want to make sure you are one. Say Muhammad
I'm
is
not
not.
answering.
Say
Why
Muhammad
God
is not a
ordered
prophet and he's burning in hell.
Muhammad is not a prophet, and I don't give a shit about him. Are you okay now?
No, very good now. Yeah. So here's the thing. For you to even be making these arguments, you like this is not even going to be coherent because you don't even believe there's a God to begin with. So for me to even like have this conversation is only with other theists, not an atheist. So why don't you believe there's a God to begin with?
If I don't believe in a God, what you say is true. Because I don't believe in a God, I'm arguing what you claim is true. That's what I'm arguing now.
Yeah, but you would need to first have the presupposition that God exists, and you don't have that. So it wouldn't make sense to even have this conversation with you.
Because your only arguments are against Islam.
No,
that's why.
That's not true. Here, like let me ask you this: if God is not,
answer me about stoning.
I don't need to talk to you about stoning because you're an atheist. Why is stoning wrong?
Yes, that's why I'm.
Is stoning right or wrong? Is stoning right or wrong? Is stoning right or wrong? Excuse me?
Wrong, of course.
Wrong? Okay, how do you know it's wrong?
Because we're not supposed to kill it. Who
says we're not supposed to unalive anybody?
Our ethics.
Whose ethics?
How did you get this ethics?
Whose ethics?
You're just all of you just say the same things, right?
Oh, okay. So whose ethics? You must have, since you know the argument, you must have answers to this.
I asked you a question.
What ethics do we get this from? What ethics do we get it from?
You got upset with the guy before because you was asking him a question and he was not answering.
Yeah,
I asked you a question.
Fatima. There's no point.
You're not
listen. Here, Fatima. Here, I'm going to mute you now. Okay. There's no point in having a conversation about the Bible and God and theism when you're an atheist. Then you said, well, you don't have any arguments for atheists. And now I'm bringing you an argument and you don't want to answer it. So do you want to move forward and see how you can prove your position to be true without a God? Tell me how you know what's right and wrong without God.
Okay, you're right. I don't know what's right and wrong without God. So
Okay,
you
good.
know what's
So then
right
you
and
can't
wrong
make any.
because you
Then
know
you can't
God.
make any arguments. Then you can't make an argument about
So you
whether
know
it's right
what's
or wrong.
right and wrong. You know what's right and wrong because you know God. Okay.
I know I
That's
can
what you
make.
say.
I can make an
Who knows
argument.
God?
I can make an argument about what's right and wrong because I have a justification for my argument. You don't. You don't have any
Okay.
justification. It's just your opinion.
Okay. What's your justification about not stoning people because God ordered it?
Yeah, because God ordered it. Yeah, He ordered it, and then He didn't order it later. That would be my justification. What's yours? What's your justification that it's wrong?
That the ethics now have changed from the past the same way your God's opinion changed about it. You see, your God changed his ethics, we change our ethics.
Where do you get your ethics from?
Another proof that the religion evolves with the civilization.
Where do you get your ethics from?
Science.
Get the hell out of here, Fatima. You don't
science.
even know. You don't even believe that. You were like, she was sitting there. Get the hell off my stage, man. Science. Bro, get the hell out of here, man. Science. Bro, we get our ethics from science. What the hell is going on here? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hello, mate.
What's up?
I have a question.
What's your faith first?
I'm atheist or
Atheist.
agnostic.
Okay, cool. 1 second. Give me 1 second. I forgot to do this. Dirty Dirt, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, man. Best Christian morning show on the YouTube. Thank you, Dirty Dirt, for the super chat. Really appreciate it. And by the way, Kidios, that goal has been hit, bro. So you already know. But all right, man. You said you're atheist or agnostic. Which one are you?
Well, atheist, I guess.
Okay. So
I can't say that I can disprove the existence of God, like the Richard Dawkins position, you know.
Oh, okay. All right. What's your question? Are you talking, or is he breaking up, guys, or is it just me? Hello.
How do you explain? Is it a bad signal?
I think so. Now I can hear you though.
I think I might have bad signal here, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, how can you explain an atheist with good morals?
An atheist with good morals? I don't know. I don't think you can.
What, you think they don't exist?
Oh, you're saying for me, like if I believe an atheist has good morals?
You say
Like
your
if I
ethics and
look at
morality
an
come-
atheist behaving amongst like what I believe is morality, you're saying like how do I explain that?
Yeah, like the gratitude we show each other to live in a civil society.
Okay.
You think
I
that
don't know
can
what you're
only
asking me
be-
to explain. I mean, I believe it could happen. Yeah. So what does that prove?
So your ethics and morality is not unique to religion, is it? It's a human trait, not a religious trait.
I agree. It's because and I can justify that through my belief as well because we're made in the image of God. So
But an atheist would just say goodwill is his motivation.
and how does he justify that being as true for everybody?
Well, just through empathy, you see suffering in the world and you do your bit to prevent suffering.
Okay. And there are people that would justify their empathy differently from others. So how do we know whose interpretation of empathy is correct?
Yeah, well, this is it. All things are subject to interpretation.
Okay. So it's
That's where faith
subjective.
comes
So
You
yeah,
can have faith
that's
in
my
your
point.
fellow man without a religion.
Jason, what I'm saying is if it's subjective, then it's just an opinion. You don't have a justification for it.
Yeah, but religion is just an opinion.
Not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
somebody
not a fact.
can either believe it or not believe it, but if
Yeah.
our
Subject
belief
to
is true,
interpretation.
we have a justification for our morality and and the reasons why we think things are right and wrong. We actually have an explanation for it. You don't, from your worldview.
Try and give me a scenario that I don't have an explanation for.
For example, like the laws of logic, where did they come from?
Well, we are innately problem solvers. It's how we evolved to solve problems. And we're at a stage now.
Do you know
where
what the
we've
laws of
solved
logic
so
are?
many-
Just real quick. Do you know what they are?
What?
What? Do
Do
you
I know
know?
what
It's a
what?
yes or no question. Do you know what the laws of logic are?
Well, I understand what logic is, yes. I don't know
What
the
is it? What's
technical term
logic?
in the dictionary. What's Well, you don't know what logic is?
I'm asking. I want to make sure we're on the same page, talking about the same thing. How do you define logic?
Like, what's logical?
Yes, bro.
It's like,
Yes,
well,
dude.
it's
If you
what's
don't know,
reason.
just say you don't know, man. Don't be so prideful and try to explain something you don't know. Just
I
say you don't
understand
know,
what
and
it
I'll
is.
tell you what it is.
How to define it in a way you'll receive it.
What?
Logic is like mathematical, isn't it? There's no argument in it.
Jason, what was my question?
What is logic?
Yes, what is it, bro? Define it.
I don't know the technical definition of logic. But
Okay, bro. Let me just give you what logic is, okay? What you're probably
Give me
defining logic is probably just a way of reasoning, but you need a criteria in order to reason. So there are three classical laws of logic that are universal and everyone would agree on. These are axioms, or in other words, they're self-evident. So the three
Yeah, so
laws of
it's fact.
logic are the law of excluded middle, the law of identity, and the law of non-contradiction. So, for example, the law of non-contradiction is the easiest one for people to comprehend. Contradictions can't exist. This law
It's like
governs
that.
our reality. We know for sure contradictions are not going to be true. Would you agree or disagree?
Yes, I agree.
Okay. So
we
these
agree on what
laws
logic
govern
is.
our reality. So in the law of non-contradiction doesn't allow us, no matter how hard you and I try, to create a squared circle. Squared circles cannot exist. Would you agree?
Yes, we agree what logic is, man.
Okay, good. So these laws of logic, where do they come from?
It's just part of this is fact. It's just the planet. It's evolution. It's the raw materials of Earth, isn't it?
Are the
It's what
is the
comes
law?
out.
Wait. So you're saying it's the planet? That's what the laws of logic are?
Well, you think that logic only could come from God? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all. We'll lead to that conclusion that that's the only explanation.
Yeah.
But I'm
So you're
allowing
asking
it.
that.
I'm opening it up for
Right.
you to give an explanation other than God. That's going to be not absurd and actually
So,
like
do you
make sense.
understand the theory of evolution?
Excuse me?
Do you agree? Do you agree with the theory of evolution? Do you believe it?
How can you even know what evolution is without the laws of logic?
Well, there are fundamentals in the evolution.
Okay,
Like with
but in
birth.
order to know these fundamentals, you need reasoning, which you need the laws of logic to reason. So how would you even know these things without the laws of logic?
It's a slow evolution, my friend. Like, it's over millions and
Okay,
millions
James,
of years.
you're not comprehending,
The
dude.
brain
In order to
starts-
know, you understand that in order to know anything, you would need these classical laws of logic, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, but you're not born speaking fluently, are you? You learn. these
Doesn't
behaviors.
doesn't
You
matter.
learn
But
these
as you learn, but you're not. But you also are not born being able to reason day one. Your brain develops into being able to reason later.
Exactly.
Okay, and then when you reason, that's the time where you can decipher what is true and what's not. Right? Babies can't tell you what's true and what's not, can they?
So how is this? Like, where's this an argument
My
against?
what I'm saying is, where did these laws? I'm going back to the beginning. Where do these laws of logic? Where did they come from? Where did they exist? What are they?
Evolved from problem solving.
They evolved. So
From problem
these laws have changed throughout time.
Yeah, we were basic.
How did they
primitive
change?
beings. We were basic primitive beings, and our intellect has expanded.
Okay, so then the laws of logic didn't exist prior to humans.
Well, on a more basic level, it did. Because
What do you mean on a more basic, dude? James, are you just
Like, it's
making stuff up
survival,
as
it's
you go? You
survival.
have no clue what's going on here.
like even the most simple life forms find food to survive or light
Oh
or
my
whatever they
God,
need.
James, dude, what are
That
we
is a
talking
logical
about right now,
possibility.
dude? Can you track the conversation? Bro, before humans, did square circles exist?
Bro, that's just a non-argument, isn't it?
It's a perfect argument. Did square circles exist prior to human beings? Yes or no?
It doesn't prove or disprove anything, that question.
It does if you just answer the question. Did they exist? Yes or no?
You want to try and spin it into the only way you could have logic is with God.
Exactly. That's going to be my argument, but I'm giving you an opportunity to refute that. So, did squared circles exist prior to humans? Yes or
And I'm
no?
saying to
Please
you,
don't
that
be scared to
question-
answer
that
this question.
does not prove that God exists, does it?
This is how you sound right now. Just to let you know. So, did square circles exist prior to human beings? Yes or no?
Bro, I think we're at a dead end.
I agree. Because you don't want to answer the question because you don't have an argument for it.
But it's a silly question. We both know they didn't.
Why is it silly?
But that I'm saying
Why?
to you, that
Explain why
doesn't
it's
prove the
silly.
existence of God.
Explain why it's silly.
I just said it because it doesn't prove the existence of God.
Okay. Did you allow me to demonstrate whether it does or it doesn't?
Go ahead.
Okay. So you need to cooperate and engage and answer the question. Did squared circles exist prior to human beings?
No.
Okay.
Do they exist now?
So because squared circles didn't exist, we know that the law of non-contradiction did exist prior to humans. Yes or no?
Yeah, but when I argued that point,
The answer was yes. The answer was yes. So if you said yes, and then I don't know where you're going now. That all it is a simple yes or no. So if the law of non-contradiction existed prior to humans, where does it come from?
I just think you can't grasp it. I've already tried to explain.
Where does it come from? If it existed prior to human beings, where does it come from?
What, logic itself?
Oh my God. All right, Jason. See you later, brother. Have a good day, man. Go look in the mirror and see if you exist, bro. Go look in the mirror and see if you exist, brother. Please. Please. Holy crap. What's up?
Why are you saying Islam is a red flag?
Because I don't believe it's from the Creator.
Your Bible has over 1,000 contradictions.
Who cares? What does that have to do with Islam?
You said the Trinity is logical and Christianity is logical.
I believe so, yeah.
So would the Bible be the word of God?
In a sense of like it's inspired by God, yes.
So it's not the word of God?
Not verbatim, no. Not all of it.
So why are you following a man-made book?
Because we believe they were chosen by God. Do you follow hadiths?
Yeah, and we have proof for
Are
them.
they man-made?
They're man-made, but inspired. It's only inspired by God that has a good chain of narration.
Bro, you just conceded, dude. You
Let me
literally,
talk.
hey,
Why
Kidios,
are
if
you
you can clip
interrupting me? Let
that,
me
if you
talk.
can clip what
Your
he
Bible-
just said, if you can just clip what he just
Okay,
said,
clip what I
he
said.
just
Let me
admitted, he
talk.
said, yeah, it's man-made, but it's inspired. And then he caught himself and stopped.
I said, let me talk. Your book. Can you
Bro,
give me
you just, oh my God.
Bro,
Anyways,
are you
bro,
gonna let
sorry.
me
It's
talk
just
or
the
you just gonna back off?
hypocrisy is crazy.
It's not hypocrisy. Okay,
Yeah,
we
go
have
ahead,
a good
bro.
chain of narrations. We have books about each narration and narrator. And Paul, do you have any source that says Paul is credible to any extent and that he met Jesus Christ?
Yeah, Peter.
Do you have proof do you have any historical evidence that Paul met Jesus Christ?
I got,
And he was alive
for
during his
you,
time
can I
period.
give you a source that you accept?
What source?
Can I give you a source that you accept? Would you accept it then?
Which source would I accept?
The Quran and your scholars?
Which scholars are you referring to?
Ibn Kathir?
I don't follow Ibn Kathir.
Are you Shia?
I'm Shia.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would just say in the Quran, I don't know what Shia sources would say, but in the Quran, it does mention Bulus.
What does it mention?
Bulus.
What's Bulus?
Bulus is the Arabic name for Paul.
No, it doesn't. Why does it say that?
Yeah, it says it in the Quran. There's a third messenger. And
Okay,
we know that from
give me a verse.
No, it's all right. It's all right because you would need to be Sunni for me to prove it. So I thought you were
No,
Sunni.
give me the name of the verse. If it says in Quran, then Shias follow it as well.
No.
Doesn't
I
matter.
would need the scholars, and you're not. It wouldn't apply to you. I thought you were Sunni.
No,
But yeah, go ahead. We can go back to the other one. I thought you were Sunni, so I'm bringing an argument against the Sunni. You're not. So going back to it, the source for me that would validate it would be Peter.
Yeah, but where's the proof? Like, where's the proof that Peter's a reliable source?
Because Peter is an apostle of Christ. Do you not
Okay,
agree with that?
where's the proof that he was an apostle?
You don't believe Peter was an apostle?
We don't know from Quran. We don't know from Hadith.
Okay, does the
don't even know
Quran
from Bible.
confirm the Bible?
The Quran confirms the Injil.
Right. Does it confirm?
And the Injil is not what Paul wrote. It's
what was in the
Jesus
Injil?
taught.
The Injil that existed when the Quran was revealed, Peter is in the Injil as the apostle, as the chief apostle.
No, he's not. We don't even have the Injil today.
So then how do you know what the Injil is then?
Because it's what Jesus preached.
And how do you know what he preached?
All the messengers said the same message. That's what the Quran says.
Okay, so because the Quran says so, right? So
Yeah.
in chapter 10, verse 94, read that real
Wait a
quick.
second. Okay.
You want to read it?
If you, O Prophet, are in doubt about these stories that we have revealed to you, then ask those who read the scripture before you. The truth has certainly come to you from your Lord, so do not be one of those who doubt.
So 2 questions, okay? First question, the ones that read the scriptures before you are the Jews and the Christians, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the scriptures
the
scriptures that the second question, and the scriptures that they read, are they corrupted or not corrupted?
The ones in Medina at this time, they're not corrupted.
They're not corrupted. Ooh. How do you know they weren't corrupted then?
Because the truth has certainly come to you from your Lord.
Oh, so because of the verse, you believe these were not corrupted at the time.
Yeah.
Okay. So then when we pull up manuscripts from the 7th century, and even before the 7th century, and they match what the Christians have today, then what would be your explanation?
Do you follow New Testament?
Yes, but what would your explanation be then? If it matches what the Christians have today and even centuries prior, then what?
If it matches with the ones in Medina, then okay, that's fine, but it doesn't. None does.
How do you know that the ones in Medina were not corrupted?
Because Quran said so.
Okay. So then the Quran says that basically that the ones in Medina, even though it doesn't say that, the ones in Medina are
that's
not.
What it says. If you, O Prophet.
Well, it doesn't say, "Oh,
where
prophet."
did the Prophet
but
live in? Medina.
I don't know if he lived in Medina during the time of this verse. I think this was in Mecca.
Historical evidence. He lived in Medina. He was buried in Medina.
But you understand that the verses were revealed in Medina and Mecca, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you know that this verse was revealed in Medina?
Because he lived in Medina.
Okay, bro. All right. If we don't have any evidence of an Injil that is different from the Injil that we have today, or the Injil during that time,
there are textual variations.
The textual variations are not. The Quran has textual variations in their manuscripts. That doesn't prove corruption.
There's no textual variation in Quran.
Bro, what's a textual variant? Can you define that?
What I mean by that, I'm saying contradictions. There's no contradiction in Quran.
Okay, all right. So that's not textual variance. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I do, but I meant that.
Okay. Well, the contradiction in the Quran would be that the Quran is telling someone, if they have doubts, to go talk to people who have corrupted books. Now, you're saying that they're not corrupted, but then in other parts of the Quran, you guys would imply that that they did get corrupted.
What got corrupted?
The Injil, the Torah.
The Injil and Torah has been corrupted, yeah.
Okay, so they were only preserved in Medina, according to you.
No, the books in Medina, those were the books that the Injil, the books in Medina that the Quran talks about, Injil and Torah, it's that they have been preserved, the ones they have in Medina.
Okay, prove that. Prove that that's true.
Can you prove Paul was
Can you prove that's true, bro? Please.
Can you prove anything from your religion?
Dude, so you're not gonna run. You're gonna run from this then, right?
No, I'm not running
Should we
from
do
this.
it?
I'm saying
Should we
you
do it?
can't. You don't do that. You can't bring proof from your religion. You can't bring proof from the Bible,
Brother,
And
can you
this is a
prove
detail
that
that you
in
don't even
Medina
need
they
because it only
they
applied to
had
people.
that only Medina had the preserved Injil? Can you prove that?
It never says only Medina, but it's talking about Medina.
Okay. So then how can you prove that this preserved Injil existed at this time?
Can you prove the Bible is preserved until now? I'm not running. I'm saying my logic is that you can't. I'm saying my logic is that you can't prove that the Bible is the word of God till
Brother,
now.
I'm showing you in 1094, your God instructs me that if I have doubts about the Quran, I
No,
go
it's
talk to
talking about- it
people. I go
literally
talk
says-
to people
it
who
li-
read the scriptures before me. Now you're saying these scriptures were preserved. Can you prove that? Can you prove they were preserved at this time?
Because God preserved it.
Brother, I have doubts about the Quran in this hypothetical. So you saying God preserved it because the Quran says so is circular. I'm trying to
How is it
find. I'm trying to
circular?
see. Okay, do you know what circular reasoning is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, define it. What's circular reasoning?
It's like saying you use your the exact same reference to circle back to it.
It's using the conclusion as evidence.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it's saying if you have doubts about what has been revealed to you.
And
So
it's
somebody,
only talking the
so
keyword.
somebody has doubts about.
If
So somebody
the
has
only
doubts about the
people-
Quran. They're doubting whether this came from God. Correct?
If you understood Arabic, it's talking about the prophet, and if you read it in context,
It
it's
doesn't
only
say the
talking about
prophet in Arabic, dude. But I know the context is talking to the prophet. But still, nonetheless, even if it's being referenced to the prophet, this statement has to be true if it comes from God. Would it not?
Yeah, but only applied to that time period, not now.
So what? Let's use the time period. So now
Mm.
we're using it to this time period, and you're saying this statement has to be true. That if I have doubts, or if the prophet has doubts, or anybody who has doubts, you follow these instructions, your doubts will get cleared up. So I go talk to people with the previous scripture. Now you're saying that they were preserved at this time, correct?
Yeah.
But if we show you manuscripts of this time period or before that matches the Bible, would you say those are preserved?
It depends if it's from Medina or not.
Okay, if we show you a manuscript from Medina, but it ends up matching from with what the Christians and the Jews have today, would you say it's
But it
preserved
won't.
or corrupted?
It will be preserved, but it's not the same.
What? Not the same of what?
The Injil in Medina at this time is
Brother,
not the same.
if we
as
show
the-
you a manuscript from the 7th century and we
Let's-
show
okay,
you
how many
every
pages long
single
is your-
manuscript of the 7th century and it
How many
matches
pages
what
long
the
is your
Christians
manuscript?
and it matches what the Christians have today, would you say it's corrupted or preserved?
I would say it's preserved, but it depends how many pages of
Holy crap.
how many
Okay,
pages of
So
in your
if
manuscripts
it's
you have.
preserved and we show you what if we show you a manuscript from 300 years before Muhammad?
If it's the exact same, and if it's the exact same length as the Bible now, not new books that have been added in, like in the New Testament.
If we just show you the Gospels that the people were reading in the 4th century, that's 300 years before Muhammad.
It's not the same as the New or Old Testament.
Brother, how would you know it's not the same?
Everyone knows it's not the
How?
same.
I don't want to. Everyone knows is not an answer. What is your evidence that it would not be the original?
Okay. Is the Bible the word of God or not?
Oh,
You
God,
said
bro.
at the
Here we go.
beginning,
Let's do it again.
What? I mean, I'm not running away. Stop making that sound effects, man.
How would you know what the original is?
The original is from God, Allah.
Okay, and how would you know that the one in the 4th century that has 27 books, the New Testament, is not inspired by God?
How many books do we
How
have
would
in the
you
New
know?
Testament?
How would
many
you
books do we
know?
have in the New
How
Testament?
would
Why
you
are
know?
running
How
away?
would you know what number is correct or not?
You literally said, okay, how many books were there in the 4th century, like you said? I'm
How
not
would
running
you
away.
know what number of books is correct or not?
We don't know. We don't need to know because we don't
We
see
don't
it
need
as a
to know.
valuable
And
source.
there it is, guys. We don't need to know. We don't need to know, man. We don't need to know. We don't need to know. Craziness, man. Craziness. We don't need to know. We don't need to know. Hello, my love.
Hello.
Hi. And there you go, guys. We don't need to know. We don't need to know how many, but well, I know this is not the original because it has extra books. How do you know how many books the original is supposed to have? Well, we don't need to know. Okay. So, dude, you just threw away your whole argument, dude. What the hell? Crazy, crazy, crazy. Guys, my love is on the panel today. So this time we can definitely, instead of me just saying it, my beautiful queen is on the panel. And this time, instead of me just saying, go follow her and find her name, she's on the panel. You can just hit the plus sign and it will be easy to follow her, help her get to 10,000 followers, not subs, followers on TikTok. And then let's help her get her subs up on the YouTube. The YouTube is coming up. Speaking of which, I do have some super chats. So let's do some super chats before I forget. Alex Jags, thank you so much. Alex Jags, thank you so much. Math presupposes logic. So how can you use math and prove logic? All right, thank you, Alex, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Great point there, too. And then grafted. Thank you so much for the super chat once again. That's a crazy super chat. When the Kaioken Dawa power level is over 9,000, then your contradiction level is over 1,000, bro. These people with their contradictions, but then we don't have no contradictions. Jimmy, thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, brother, you and Peace have a fabulous weekend. We will have a fabulous weekend. And another super chat from Jimmy, laughing my butt off. I love that sound effect when they run. I know the running sound effect is crazy. And then grafted with another. Thank you so much, Grafted, for the super chat. I agree, but let me presuppose the manuscripts that won't match. Exactly right. We're going to presuppose that these manuscripts were real, that these manuscripts are exactly what they say they are, but when we ask for the evidence, we can't provide it. We just can't do it. We can't provide it. So let's just presuppose Islam all day long. Let's just do that. Let's do that. Why is this meme coin guy still trying to come up, man? Like, dude, what do you want, bro? What do you want? Get the hell out of here, man. This guy was crying, like, what? You're committing a sin for arguing. But you're arguing with me about arguing. And you're a Muslim. Like, why do I care what you think is a sin or not, dude? The hell? It's like me going to a Muslim and be like, yo, bro, like you're doing all this wrong. This is wrong, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, are they going to care what a Christian has to say? Hell? Imagine picking the word of Paul over the word of God, bro. Get the hell out of here, bro. Dude, we got some of these Dawa guys, bro, are just terrible, bro. They're really bad at what they do. Really bad. They don't realize they'll get baked on their own book. Baked. Aki, why don't you fast? Right, exactly. Just blame Paul. Let's just all blame Paul for everything, dude. Poor Paul, man. Paul got so much blame for stuff that he ain't got nothing to do with it, gang. He ain't got nothing to do with it, man. He was just passionate about what he believed. Trying to help people. Paul getting blamed for so much. And the early Muslim scholars didn't have any problems with Paul either. They actually called him a messenger. Bullis the messenger. Paul's the GOAT indeed. Indeed. Also, guys, just also quick reminder, this Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be continuing the Matthew Bible study. If you guys want to be a part of that, you guys are more than welcome. The Discord link is in my bio for both YouTube and TikTok, so be sure to join the server. If the link doesn't work, try opening it outside of whatever browser you're using, whether it's TikTok or YouTube, and open it on your regular browser and it should work. And if that still doesn't work, just add me as a friend, beartheimage, and I will personally send you an invite to the server. It is free to join. The Bible study is also free to join. It'll be on the events tab in my Discord. Just click interested, turn on your notifications, and as soon as we start at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, you'll be notified that we began, and you can come join the Bible study. Everybody is welcome to join and listen in. We are in the Gospel of Matthew. We just finished Matthew chapter 5, and we've been going at it since Easter. So that tells you a little bit on how much in depth we are. And if you are a YouTube member, and some of you guys are YouTube members because you got gifted a YouTube membership. If you are a YouTube member, these are being uploaded. I forgot to upload this past week's, but I will do that today. But if you're a YouTube member, you will get a special playlist only for YouTube members of the Bible study that is being recorded. And you guys will get access to that and be able to listen in on that. So if you missed it this week and you're a YouTube member, you will be able to listen to that later on. Okay. Also, Peace and I do have a GoFundMe to help support the ministry and the things that we're trying to do and us coming together. We are, I think I got to talk to Peace, but we may or may not update the GoFundMe as far as like what we say on it and everything and the goals, because some things have been progressing. We've been having this GoFundMe for a little bit now. But nonetheless, regardless of what we change or what we don't change, this is coming to support us in what we are doing in our life and coming together and being able to eventually do this on a full-time basis. So if you want to be, if you want to help and contribute towards that, we do have a GoFundMe available for you to click. It's both on my TikTok and YouTube, and you guys can click on that and sow a seed if you feel led to. Okay, if you feel led to, and if you can, we appreciate it. If not, no worries at all. Your prayers and your support and just being here is good enough. I do have a Patreon, which has some information for you to get started on some Christian beliefs and basic fundamentals on how to read the Bible and some philosophy stuff as well, Trinity, church fathers. So if you want to be a part of that Patreon, and it's a monthly subscription, you can cancel at any time. It's a good way to help support me as well and Peace for us trying to do this on a full-time basis, which we have a goal of doing very, very soon. Yeah, and I think that's it right now. Don't forget to follow my love, my queen, I just saw somebody just send me a friend request. I'll send you the link to the Discord, whoever just sent me a friend request after the live. But anyways, don't forget to follow my queen here on the panel, my lovely fiance. Hit her a follow on the TikTok, and then also hit her a sub on the YouTube content. Not here yet, but it will be very, very, very soon. So hit her a sub right now to help her, so that she has a head start when she starts putting out the YouTube content. I don't have anything else on the promos, I don't think.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome.
You did so good.
Thanks. I think I covered everything.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did. I knew I was forgetting something. Also, Peace and I will be a guest this upcoming Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Amin Apologetics' YouTube Live. All right. We will be special guests on there for roughly about 2 hours. First hour, we will be discussing intercession prayers of the saints and how it's biblical and why we as Orthodox hold it to be true. And then also we will be, for the second hour, we'll be opening it up for anybody who disagrees. Okay. Anybody who disagrees. So it'll be interesting if you guys want to come learn. Even if you're a Protestant and you've been following me, you already know if you're a Protestant and you're a supporter, this channel is still for you. If you're a Protestant, just understand that we are Orthodox and we're not going to sugarcoat those things. Okay. However, my content is for all Trinitarian Christians to be grounded in their faith. If you're a Trinitarian Christian, so that means if you're Catholic, if you're Orthodox, if you're Oriental Orthodox, or if you're Protestant, because all of those denominations do hold to Trinitarian beliefs. This channel is for you because I'm going to debate people who are going to challenge those fundamentals that we all agree on. However, I do take a strong stance on orthodoxy, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it just because you're another denomination. I will probably say things that I disagree with on your denomination. That doesn't mean that you can't still be able to take benefit from this channel. Okay, so if you are one of my supporters from another denomination and would just like to hear our perspective as to why we believe this to be true, and you just want to be open-minded, come join us, come listen, see what we have to say. You can even come ask questions or debate us if you'd like, and we'll be respectful, obviously, as much as possible. No problem. I don't mind you guys disagreeing with me or us. and we'll have a cordial conversation about it, and we can just agree to disagree. Okay. Peace and I both grew up Protestant. Okay. We both have parents that are very much Protestant. Okay, and don't agree with our position, so we deal with it on our personal life as well, right? But we still love our family, you know. Like it's all good. Like it is what it is. The beautiful thing, thank God, at least our parents don't believe in some heretical view of the Trinity or something like that, because that would be a little bit harder to deal with. But at least they're grounded in that. They're right in that sense. There was something else I was going to mention about that, and I forgot now. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm waiting for some ops. We got quite a bit of people here, and no ops whatsoever. So Christians, if you guys have questions, you guys can come up. It's stuck for the law. Time to excommunicate. Yeah, grafted, my brother. I know you are Protestant, my brother, but I still love you, bro. Don't excommunicate me. Please don't. Please. Get that guy up. Marva. Let's see, Marva. We have a request. I don't know who you are, but there is a request to bring you up, Marva. So I'm going to find you and send you an invite if I can. I don't know if I can. And I can't. So I can't do that at the moment. Yeah, it's all love. Yeah, I get it, bro. Yeah, it's all good, bro. Look, just keep listening in. Eventually you'll be like, you know what? These Orthodox make sense. They make more sense than I realize. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be starting to look at church history. And the next thing you know, you're going to be like, damn. So you're going to argue, you're going to like debate yourself, and you're going to be like, well, what is my justification to agree with these people on these things, these church fathers on these things, but then deny them on everything else? Like, how do I justify that? And then you're going to realize you can't. And then when you realize you can't and you're honest with yourself, you're going to be like, well, I probably have to believe what they believe if I'm going to be consistent and honest with myself. And then there you go. Bro, I already think that. Exactly. That's my point, bro. That's my point. It starts to get to you, man, especially when you debate. When you don't debate, it doesn't maybe get to you as much. What's up?
Quick question.
Yep. What's up? Are you Christian?
No, I am Muslim.
Oh, okay. What's your question?
How many gods do you believe in?
One.
One?
Yeah.
So what's the Trinity?
The Trinity is one God.
It's one God, yeah?
Yep.
So is Jesus your God?
Yep.
All right. So Jesus is a living person, yeah?
Yeah. God is a living person, even for you guys.
No, he's not.
What does person mean, bro?
Person is a God isn't a person. He is among humans, among.
So your God is not doesn't have a rational nature. He doesn't think rationally.
He does.
Okay, so then any being that thinks rationally has personhood.
Okay, so Jesus prays to God. How does that make sense?
Because he's praying to the Father, who is a distinct person from him, but they're the same God.
But you just said Jesus was God.
Right. As far as being, he shares the same being as the Father, but not the same personhood. Hypostasis.
So why is he praying to someone else if he's God?
Because he's praying to a different person, dude, a distinct person from him.
Who's a different person?
The Father.
And the Father's not God.
The Father is God. Dude, do you think person and being are the same thing?
So okay. So
do you think? Can you answer my question, dude? I answered like 4 of yours. Do you think person and being are the same thing?
Person and being, yep.
You think they're the same thing? Okay. Does a rock have being? And he's probably gonna leave now. Hello. Nemesis, the Ahmed D. combat kit. Exactly right. Bro, you know, when I first started listening to debates, I used to love to listen to Ahmed D. I used to love to listen to him. Yeah, he's going to run, guys. He's going to run. There he goes. I didn't drop him. As soon as I said, "Does a rock have a being?" he leaves. We all saw it coming. We all saw it coming. And I knew, look, God Logic had a debate on TikTok with Jake, the metaphysician, the Muslim metaphysician. And I was just like, oh, here it comes. The Muslims are going to bring Trinity arguments now. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And that's what we've been dealing with all day today. They just follow their little trends. They're so easy to predict. So easy to predict. You can just see it coming. Ain't that right, my love?
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, like, that's what you were saying, like, earlier about your page, because, like, everybody has, like, their own thing and stuff. Everybody has, like, their own version of the same thing or whatever. So, like your content is very, like, all denom friendly. Like, that's the purpose. Like, that's why you said, like, for Trinitarian Christians, like, in general, and obviously Muslim debates and, like, church history. Like, that's what I would, and then there's some people who are, trying to debate atheists, and that's their thing. Or there's some people who do different, like, for me, like, I am more geared obviously towards helping people learn orthodoxy from the Protestant perspective. That's the whole point for me. Like you're on, like, a more, obviously it's all denom friendly, but the content is a little bit different. It's a little bit in a different perspective. Like, you like to help Trinitarians understand the Bible or the Trinity, church history, and all that good stuff, which is really helpful. And then I lean more towards, like, orthodoxy, like, for beginners, like helping people come from, like, the Protestant mindset, like we were, because we just lacked information, really.
Absolutely. No, I agree. And I love the way you do things. Like, it's cool, like, to see the different styles of people. You know what I mean? Like, the way you do things really helps a lot of people. And it's more of a direct way. I think.
So, like, they think I'm, like, the one that's, like, oh, like, that gets on the parties or whatever. It's not even. It's just the style of it's just the way the content is, like, in
Exactly. Yeah, and my content. And the thing is like, we both, like, you are bringing, people are coming to orthodoxy because of what you do, and that's the target.
And then we get to learn about Islam.
But then people come to orthodoxy with what I do indirectly, though.
And then they
I'm
get to learn
not
about the
directly
Trinity.
I'm not directly going and saying come become Orthodox, even though I do be saying it. I do be saying I want all of them to become Orthodox, but they become Orthodox by listening to me talk to other people and seeing how the Orthodox position holds against the challenges and stuff like that, which is, it's just cool. It's just cool to see the different, oh my gosh, we got a bunch of super chats. Give me 1 second, babe. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We really, Peace and I really appreciate this, but thank you. Thank you, Alex Jags. Bukati 3849, monkey adultery gets stuck for the life. Monkey adultery is crazy. I guess they got personhood because they can understand that. And then Dylan, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. The Gassanids and an Arab tribe where the Christian had the Syriac translation of what we have now. They had the Peshitta manuscripts, and then you sent another super chat to clarify in the 7th century. So what Dylan is saying here is, in the previous conversation, we have 7th century manuscripts during, like, around Muhammad as well, and they all match what we have today. Dylan, thank you so much. And then Grafted, dude, what are you doing, man? Are you going broke today, or are you just rich, bro? Like,
W grafted. Yo, Big G
bro,
in the chat. Big G grafted in the chat.
Grafted, thank you so much, man.
Grafted, we're about, you know what? I'm gonna have Bear make you, like, your own button, and he's gonna say good grafted.
We gotta figure that out. Yeah, I gotta do that.
Good grafted.
Grafted, thank you so much, man, for the major super chat. Bro, laughing emoji. Like 50% of my apologetic answers are all Protestant, pure biblical hermeneutics. And the other 50% is me appealing to Orthodox articulated metaphysics or theology and doctrines like theosis, W, Orthodox, and I guess the Protestant cross as well. So thank you, bro. No, that's an honest answer. That's how I was when I was non-denominational as well. Like there was a split there because it is true. Like a lot of our faith can be grounded to just pure hermeneutics and stuff like that. I don't doubt that. But when you get to the core of how you even justify the book you're reading, right? That's where it's like, okay, well, what is the grounding for that? And then you take it from there. So, and then which interpretation is right in reading this Bible too, right? So, me personally, I was on that journey many, many years ago before I even wanted to debate. And the only grounding that I knew to decipher is the Torah. Like, as long as this aligns with the Torah, it's true. I didn't know anything about church fathers, orthodoxy, none of that. But then when I found that the church fathers were all of their beliefs were very much in line with the Torah. And if anybody studied the Torah, like as deep as I did, you will see things that nobody else sees, that you're like, holy crap, these church fathers were very much in line with the Torah and the views of it. So anyways, it definitely helps. Video 5 that I'm releasing soon probably speaks to what you're saying. How do I know which interpretation is right? Yeah. And when you get to that, that's where it gets very interesting. You know, it's funny. I had dinner with my dad a couple of nights ago, and this conversation came up, you know, because he doesn't agree with my view on things, and he has a very Calvinistic view of Protestantism. But it's like, how do we know the question comes up, how do we know which interpretation is actually true, you know? And there's really no answer for that other than you just got to have faith or the Holy Spirit will guide you. But that guiding of the Holy Spirit could be subjective as well. You know what I mean? Dylan, thank you so much. To add further to what Dylan was saying, and he sent another super chat, bro. Thank you so much. The only problem with the Gassanids is, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Dylan, but I'm just trying to pronounce it. And I know it's a tribe. Is they were Miaphysites. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really a problem for what we're trying to prove, though, Dylan, because Miaphysitism is not. It's heretical for us as Orthodox because they reject Chalcedon, and so ecclesiastically they're going to be heretical. But Miaphysitism is not entirely heretical as far as its view or anything like that. Monophysitism is going to be the heresy. But they are Miaphysites are heretical, but because they reject the council, so therefore they're going to just by default be heretics in that sense. What's up?
Hello.
What's up?
How are you? I don't have money to eat. Can you give me some money, please?
Yeah, bro. No problem, bro. See you later. All right. What's up?
What's up, man? Who is Allah?
I don't know. Probably Satan.
I don't either.
Probably,
trying to figure that out.
Probably Satan.
Not what he is, but who he is.
Probably Satan. Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, bro. Cool.
Cool.
See you later, man.
Later.
All right, guys. I am going to wrap it up right there because if I take another guest, I'm going to be running late. But thank you, everybody. I already did all my announcements. Don't forget to hit my queen a follow on the panel. Hit her a sub on the YouTube, even though no content yet, but do that right now because it's coming very, very soon. And then hit the little plus sign on TikTok and follow her. Help her get to 10K. She's almost there. Okay. Don't forget Bible study on Monday. I don't know if I'm gonna be live tomorrow or not. I don't think so. But Bible study Monday, and I'm not live on Sunday, so we'll be back on Monday. But Bible study Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join the Discord. It's free. The link is in both my TikTok and my bio for YouTube. And come join the Bible study. It's free to join Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Exactly 1 hour, and we're done. And then for 30 minutes, I do a Q&A. So if you guys have questions and you really want to get to know us and ask us questions, we do that on Monday nights with the Bible studies. Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be guests on Amin Apologetics' panel on YouTube. And we'll be going over intercessory prayer of the saints, the view of the Orthodox there. And then we'll open it up for discussion for anybody who wants to debate us on that topic or anything. Peace and I will both be guests on that panel at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube, on Amin Apologetics' panel or channel, on YouTube. Okay. Love you guys. God bless you guys. Don't forget, we do have a GoFundMe if you want to sow a seed for our ministry. I'm going to talk to Peace about doing an update on it and everything, because some things have changed for what we're asking for in the GoFundMe, for the better. Okay. But regardless, whether I change it or not, all of this is going towards helping us come together and do this on a full-time basis and be full-time content creators. So if you feel led to sow a seed, and if you can, or whatever the case is, feel free, hit the GoFundMe. We would really appreciate it. And if not, no worries. Don't just keep watching the content, keep showing up, keep liking the lives, all those things and praying for us, of course. All of those things are going to be just as helpful. Patreon also available if you guys want some resources and want to contribute on a monthly basis. Okay, guys. Love you guys. God bless. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and forever, and to the ages of ages. Amen.